Welcome to Lord Fussington's walkthrough of the critically acclaimed game Dark Souls. I'm your walkthrough master, Lord Fussington. This is part 3 of Artorias of the Abyss. Down that way, no, the other way. Okay, from where I'm standing now, on my left, or my character's left, that leads to the PvP arena thing. To my right leads to Gao, okay? And in front of me is Lord's Blade Ciaran, whatever. So, in terms of the PvP thing, actually has a proper name. It's called Battle of Stoicism Gazebo, which is absolutely stupid. I think that's the correct name anyway. If it isn't, I really don't care. Player versus player. Okay. Yeah, okay, well that's it. And then the other side has Hawkeye Gao, who we're going to need. He'll help us against the dragon in his own way. He won't be there while we're fighting the dragon, but we do need the Crest Key to open the door that he's behind, which we're going to get. So she's quite quick, but that's really about it. I suggest using a weapon that isn't, a great sword or an ultra great sword or anything like that. Pyromancy really takes her down quickly. So, anyway, once she's dead, you get all her items, her armor, and her weapons. I researched her a little bit. It seems to me that the most beneficial thing to do is just to kill her. She wants the Soul of Artorias, so if you give it to her, you get her weapons, you don't get her armor, you don't have the Soul of Artorias anymore, and she runs off. Or just disappears. If you don't talk to her at all, or don't get near her, just don't even, be around her at all, well, that's really well worth it. If you don't interact with her in any way, right? So let's say you just never go back, which is much better than what I was trying to suggest. Then, you don't get her weapons or her armor or whatever. So to get her armor and her weapons, you have to kill her. Let's just put it that way. So I think that's the best case scenario, really. Not for her, obviously, but she is, an NPC, so it doesn't really matter. She doesn't have feelings or anything like that. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so that was a really long explanation for someone of very little importance. You'll see me take my time in this video, and it's for no other reason than the fact that I don't know the area or the enemies really well, so I'm sort of figuring it out as I go along. And I'm quite slow. I'm a very obsessive player, so I tend to look in every corner and make sure I've found everything, but it doesn't slow down too much, actually. A little bit, I guess. So these enemies are pretty easy. Usually, right, and the second time around, because I think I die a little later on, I think I show it, actually. What you want to do with them, instead of, you can pull one at a time, that's okay, but a little bit quicker, you might want to just aggro 2 on the side, because you can deal with 2 at the same time. Usually they start off with a leap, just roll backwards, then gets a couple of attacks in, and usually that'll be enough to kill them, actually, because they get a little bit stunned. So they aren't a difficult enemy at all, so I wouldn't worry about them, and they are the most common here. They just tend to ambush a lot. That's really it. And when I say a lot, I mean hardly at all, but they have some ambush spots. So you see how he kind of went at me and leaped. That's generally how they start their attack. So this is an elevator. There's well, right now it's a pitfall because the elevator isn't up, so we'll get that after. I died once in Oolacile Township. I guess I should point that out. There's just one point that I find slightly annoying, and I don't really have the equipment to counter it too well. And I didn't expect it either, but yeah, that is the one death which you'll see, I guess. Also, there's a silver pendant we're going to be getting, which deflects sorcery. It's good against the boss, Manus. Manus was really easy, by the way. I mean, easier than the first one, I think. Which is because I think, yeah, I died once and then I went the second time. You know, you usually, yeah, I died once. I went the second time around. I was still trying to learn his moveset, but he just ended up dying as well. So, bit disappointing. It was kind of anticlimactic, but I suppose this is called Artorias of the Abyss, and I think Artorias is more difficult than Manus. We'll see what the dragon's like. By the way, here you just wanna, you saw what I did. I kind of walked down, pulled one guy, and then came back to kill him. These are, they have a name as well. Something stupid, no doubt. Bloatheads. Bloathead Sorcerers. Right, well that's just who comes up with this? Bloatheads? Really? Really? Okay, so you want to go down here first. Not, well, I guess I check out the area for a little bit. Yeah, that chest over there, by the way, is a, it's like a mime, what is it, miming chest thing, or whatever it's called. Anyway, it'll grow legs and attack you. So keep that in mind. But we'll get there, so not to concern ourselves with it now. Or rather, no need to concern ourselves with it now. I'm just talking while I just stand around, staring at the chest that I'm not going to. Oh, apparently I am. Oh, this is a surprise even for me. Oh, what a disappointment. Okay, so we're going to see how much slower it is. Fucking ridiculous. I apologize for, I mean, that's partly why the video is so long as well, I guess. The next video is a little bit shorter. And Manus is in the next video as well. This video is the chained prisoner or something. Who isn't really a boss, more like a mini-boss. So you see there's an ambush spot right here. So just kill him and... You just want to roll across here. Just roll across. So that's a roll, and it was a cross. So perfect. Really good. Okay, you can go, just keep walking. So you go down here, right? Take a left. You can read that, or you don't have to. I'll tell you what it says. Let there be light. I knew that off the top of my head. So what you want to do is cast light, hold the skull lantern, or wear the sunlight maggot, and then there'll be a secret area, like a doorway that opens up, and it's a secret and all that. And then you walk inside and there's a chest, and then there's a silver pendant, and it's just amazing. So we're going to see me do that later. Right now, I'm getting hit. So when you walk in here, the sorcerer will attack you because it's an enemy, and this place, I think I die here. I don't really have a strategy for the area, to be honest. I mean, what I ended up doing was just jumping down, slashing one guy in the face, and then killing the other while getting hit. I don't know where the fuck I'm going now. Well, usually you do this later, but I'm doing it now. Anyway, so that area, you've got to take out one before... If you have a good shield, a good magic resistant shield, you should be better equipped than I am. So here we'll see a death. Also, you could kind of hang by the stairs and fire arrows and then dodge, killing one and then the other. Or, you know, pyromancy. You just have to make sure you're not going to get hit. There's also a doorway across from that staircase where you could kind of go around and then actually fire arrows at that guy in the corner and kill him. Or you can just... So right now I've edited out a part of me walking all the way back here. So that was the first death. There's an item over there. An item I don't think I got. Unbelievable. I'm not sure how to get that item. Perhaps a roll. I don't think a roll is a good idea. Maybe when you go around there's a way to get it. Probably. I did not pick the item up. I apologize. So open this chest, and inside, what the f... Open the chest, and there's the silver pendant. What the fuck is going on now? Oh. So this is what I did to win. And you can see how graceful it is. So I was basically in a doorway across from the stairs. You know, so the stairs lead down, and then you're... so you have the wooden banister by you as you're walking down the stairs, right? So then on your right... So then right across from you, actually, is the doorway. Okay? Not this doorway. It's the other doorway that I'm talking about. Actually, if you look to the left, you can see absolutely nothing that I wanted to talk about. Well, that worked. That was fantastic. So right here, okay? So through there, you can see how there's the wooden staircase. Oh, there's no banister on. Okay, well, anyway. If you take that doorway and you go around, there's going to be, I think, a sorcerer. You can see his body there. So I don't know why it's not in the video. I think I edited it out by accident. Or maybe I did it purposely. I have no idea. And he drops I'm sorry carving. Okay, so you want to kill him. And also that doorway is a good spot to fire arrows at the one of the guys in the corner. It isn't complicated to get there. I'm sure you'll find it. Okay, so go through here, up these stairs. And I said this before. I said something like, usually we do this later, but I did it earlier. But anyway, so you're up here now, and this is basically you get that item across, and then you just want to roll onto that, right? And then you get all the way back up, and now we're gonna go to the chest in the center area there, the miming chest, or the chest that mimes, whatever. Okay, here we go. So just run across, and I think you can roll onto the roof from the staircase. Yeah, so that's what you want to do. You want to roll. Yeah, but it does make sense because it's on the far. Anyway, it is possible. I'm sure it's possible. There wouldn't be an item there if you couldn't reach it. It'd be absurd. Although it would be very Dark Souls, wouldn't it? So you want to attack this thing and pretty much kill it before it gets up. I didn't do that, but you know, it's pretty much dead as soon as it got up. So great, a carving, very good. It's always nice to be congratulated. Well done. So head over here. So what the fuck is the other way? The other way? Yes. Okay, so I think you could roll on that. Yeah, and then you climb up the center. Yeah, and then you roll onto it. I don't know why I didn't do it. I even thought about it. I even stared at it. I'm like, this might be isn't there an item over there? And then I decided, no. It's probably just a soul or something. I don't think it's anything really important. I will go back and check. So you can see his opening move was to sort of rush and hit. Obviously it's to rush. Obviously it's to hit. The rush may not be as obvious, but he goes forward and then he sort of hits upward. That's, well, what we call an uppercut. Yeah. Just a little bit of information there. You can actually fire arrows at the sorcerer from the very top. You know where the chest is, or actually just across. Yeah, before you get to the chest. Or maybe even at the chest. Anyway, it might be a better idea because then you don't have to worry about getting hit and then falling off that little bridge there, the wooden bridge. Because if he hits you, there is a bit of a recoil. I think there is, anyway. If you're blocking it, certainly. Especially if you're blocking it with the crystal shield. I think I did that a couple of times. What a disaster. Absolutely no stability on that thing. Okay, so I think there's only like there's only one enemy here, and then maybe another one drops down. So here's that one enemy. So weapons go through walls, very common in Soul games. You know, and very realistic as well. Although I guess I shouldn't talk about the real. I mean, the game isn't exactly realistic anyway. So weapons going through walls is probably the least of its worries. There's a giant mushroom with eyes, right? Called Elizabeth. Not the eyes, but the mushroom is called Elizabeth. And without a mouth, somehow she speaks. Unbelievable. And then there are dragons. So what if weapons go through walls? I don't know why I even talked about it. So those are some more ambush spots. I've been saying "so" a lot in this video. So, I mean, ridiculous. Okay, head down here. Don't just jump off. That's not a good idea. You want to... What I ended up doing, and I thought it was really clever as well, what I ended up doing was just standing at the top of the staircase and just firing at the enemies on the bottom and pulling them one at a time. I think it's a good strategy because you don't really want to... Oh, you can also kind of just run to the bottom. Although I don't know if it's sort of like if you do that, all of them will rush at you. I don't know if that would happen in the game or anything. Instead of aggroing them normally, I don't know if there's like a fixed kind of event or that's the trap. You go down and then everyone attacks you. But anyway, I don't think so. I doubt that would happen. But what you want to do is the safest way is to pull one at a time, and you know, just wait. They'll leap at you, then you roll backwards, and then you attack them in the face or in the arms. It isn't really important where you attack them, unless you're using arrows, then it is sort of important. So that's a great shot. It's a really great shot. What was nice about Magnus as well, is that his name? Magnus. Who's Magnus? So the nice thing about Manus is I didn't have to play properly. Yeah, because Artorias was a bit of a headache, you know, in some ways. And by headache I mean had to try a little bit, and I don't want to play this game and try. It's absurd. But with Manus, didn't even have to bother. He's basically like an oversized Titanite demon with magic. And he's got a couple of combo moves. But the combo moves are pretty easy to dodge. Because he does combos of 6 and combos of 3, I think. And the combos of 6, just stay away from him. Combos of 3, you can dodge all 3, and then afterwards you just hit him in the face. I found only one attack really difficult to dodge, and it wasn't even the magic. The magic, you just get out of the area, just roll backwards. But anyway, I guess I'll talk more about that when we get to... I'm quite excited about talking about Magnus. Because he's still sort of cool, he's just not really... He was underwhelming as a fight. Like when you get to the False King in Demon Souls, you really, you know, you're pumped up for it. And he doesn't disappoint unless you're over leveled, and even if you are, he can still surprise you. Gwyn is an irritant. Really quick, and the first couple of fights are before you figure out that his biggest weakness is parrying. Although I didn't even use parrying either to kill him. Mainly because I didn't really parry very well at the time, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way, which was quite difficult. But it's an enjoyable fight. Artorias, you know, that was good. He was tough, or tough enough that you can't just mess about while you're fighting him. With Manus you can, and that's why it was a little bit underwhelming. So that's my really long opinion on Manus. Guess I'll talk more about him in the next video. Mind you, this video is not over. It's just a pretty boring part, so I figured I'd talk about anything that came to mind. Yeah. Not Hitman, but Assassin's Creed's coming out soon. Which is you know, this is almost having a conversation with myself at this point, isn't it? Which is a bit weird. But anyway, Assassin's Creed's coming out soon. I'm quite excited. I think I'm going to do some videos on that as well. I'm going to do them while I also play through Dark Souls. Dark Souls still has priority. Assassin's Creed is always going to have second, because you don't really need a walkthrough for Assassin's Creed, but I figure what I'll do is I'll just record it, play through it, and then edit like just certain parts, you know. So you want to go here and then go there and then do this and then sort of show but not like all of it, not like running through the entire city to get to one area or anything like that, because that's just it's gonna take a lot of time in terms of adding commentary and then uploading. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a bit of Assassin's Creed. I don't know how much. I don't even know if it'll be really sustained, but I think I'll give it a bit of a try. But like I said, Dark Souls does have the priority because it's more of a... By the way, this is an elevator. I suggest... I didn't do it right here. What you want to do is first clear the... I don't think I cleared everything. Or maybe I did. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, what you want to do is rest at the bonfire. Although you don't have to, actually. Where the fuck am I going now? Oh, sorry, I didn't clear everything. I think I cleared all the enemies. I just didn't get... I think I might have missed something. Well, anyway, we're going to go see what it is that I forgot. Yeah, Dark Souls still has a priority. I'm at Blighttown with the other character. Fucking hate Blighttown. Then when Hitman comes out, I'll definitely be posting Hitman videos pretty regularly. But well, I think by then I'll be done with Dark Souls. Actually, probably not. Probably not. I always say that, like, you know, in my head. So I don't really say it, I think it. Because that's what it is when you're talking in your head. You're really just thinking. You know when people say... You know what I mean. Oh, so I didn't clear a frickin' area. Okay, well, you've got to go up these stairs and clear the area. Oh, we didn't even get the Crest Key, did we? Fucking hell. So yeah, you can take the elevator, just don't rest at the bonfire, because then you'll have to clear this area out again. Unless you're really low on Estus Flasks and you don't think you can handle it. But I don't know, I just get through it all. Actually, as long as you just make sure you use the elevator, essentially. You don't have to go rest at the bonfire. Just make sure you use the elevator. Because then if you die, you can just use the elevator to go back downstairs and then do this again. There's a couple of areas that I just couldn't understand, so I just put on the sunlight. I think I slashed the wall first, and then I realized nothing happened. Yeah, because there's just no way to get there. Then I thought, maybe it's about the light again. Boom! Amazing. Just amazing stuff right there. I'm wondering if this is an enemy. Actually, I don't think I was wondering. I think I was slashing. But I had that thing open on the right. I'm such a professional player. I'm really good at this game, I swear. Really, really good. Absolutely amazing. So that pissed me off a little bit because now I've got to go around. What else is there to talk about? I mean, yeah, Hitman will be fairly regular. I think Hitman, I'm really hoping Hitman, for any Hitman fans actually, I'm really hoping it'll be a good game. It's been a long time since Blood Money. And everything looks really good on it. The added features look good. I was a bit wary because of the direction they were taking initially and who was running it. But yeah, now it looks pretty good. I think it should be a good game. But then I thought Diablo 3 would be a good game, and I was really disappointed. I waited 10 years since Diablo 2. Or something, about 10 years. And Diablo 2 was amazing. And then Diablo 3 came out. What the fuck? You know? If I want to be on, worrying about the auction all the time, I'll go play World of Warcraft. You know, that's the thing. I'm recording! So, yeah, so that's the Crest Key. Now we have that. What was I saying? I was interrupted. I'm sure nobody noticed. Yeah, Diablo 3. I was quite disappointed in Diablo 3. I'm reviewing games while I do this. That's how boring this area is. I should have done this with Stonefang Tunnel, actually. It would have given me something to talk about instead of just wandering aimlessly. Yeah, Diablo 3, I don't know, that stupid auction thing just really irritated me. I didn't like that. Yeah, and in some ways it does become a little bit like the World of Warcraft, pre... what's it called? I haven't played World of Warcraft in like 6 years. Actually, more than 6 years now. Oh no, maybe about 6 years. No, a bit more. I'm not sure. Anyway, that was, pre-raiding, basically, where you... 40-man raids and all that bullshit. Utter waste of time. But if it's enjoyable, I suppose, why not, right? You can recommend games, by the way, in the comment section that you'd like me to make a walkthrough of. I may do it. I think I said as much after the False King video. Any suggestions are welcome, and I will take them into consideration. I can't promise them, simply because I've got to pick and choose which games, and obviously I'm going to have my favorites. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind trying out some newer games or of a different category. There's absolutely nothing here, nothing that I could figure out anyway. Maybe there is something. Maybe I should have slashed the wall. I don't know. But I couldn't find anything. Someone recommended Borderlands. I can't do it. I played Borderlands 1 a little bit, didn't like it, so I can't be bothered with Borderlands 2. Because I figure a lot of it is the same, and from what friends have told me, it is. It's an improvement, but apparently there is very much, it is still very much the same. I'm more of a Bethesda player, basically. So Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout. No, I will not be making walkthroughs on that. Not a chance. Just it's way too open world. These games say they're open. Well, I don't think Demon's Souls said it was in any way, because that's a very linear game, I'd say. Dark Souls, it's like a mini open world, if anything, and you still have paths, and it's really, they're all designated. You can't just wander anywhere. to get from one place to another. But so I don't know how open world I would consider it. But it's much easier to. There's less to do, and it's much easier to put together an order of places to go. Like Demon's Souls was really easy, you know, just go through each of the stones, each of the worlds. Here it's a little bit more difficult, but not that much. It's just slightly more disorganized than I'd like it to be. Actually, that might be a problem in Assassin's Creed, come to think of it. It can't be that much of a problem. Assassin's Creed still has been, it's still pretty linear anyway. You know. Yeah, you can wander around the world, but I'd probably just do it by quests and or whatever, not quests, but the missions and things to do. I just follow through on that. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, come to think of it. I guess when I start recording, I'll figure it out. This is like a session, you know, like a psychiatry session. You're just talking about me. There's just not very much to say. It is very obvious what to do. You know, you pull all those enemies, and you can see exactly what's going on here. There's another ambush. Unbelievable. The entire thing has been ambushing. And the enemies aren't really complicated, so I can't offer that much advice. You get near them, you slash them like 3 times. Twice with this sword, and they're dead. So it really isn't complicated. So that was a stupid leap. I've spoken about the leap now several times. And I've got nothing else to say about the leap. I think we're actually at the end of the video, come to think of it. Yeah, it looks like we are near the end of the video. Checking the same places over and over again. Green Titanite shard. Fantastic. I've been looking for one of those for... Well, I haven't actually, so that was just a lie. I apologize. That was stupid as well. So over there, in the distance, is the chained prisoner. Or at least that's what his name is on the wiki.dot page. Which I highly recommend, by the way. If you don't use the wiki.dot page. I mean, I don't often use it either unless I'm checking up names. Other than that, I don't really use it. But it is, it's quite useful. You know what I should do? I should probably read that before boss fights. That would be really helpful. That would be a good idea. But part of it, I kind of like going into a fight without knowing any of the boss's moves and then trying to figure it out on my own. Same thing with like looking around the area and sort of exploring it. It takes away when you look at something like that. Although in a way, I've just negated the entire point of this walkthrough. I highly recommend looking at walkthroughs. It doesn't take away from the game at all. And it's just my really unimportant opinion that I will never express again. I guess I should talk about this enemy, who I'm not doing a very good job against because I just wasn't thinking about his moveset at all. He's like a stone guardian in some ways, except he's a little bit quicker. There's one move you want to wait for really, and that's probably not that one, but it worked out anyway. Anyway, that wasn't a great job, but he's dead, and that's all that counts. That is all that counts. I've just repeated myself because I've run out of things to say on this 35-minute video, which is quite slow moving. But you know what? It's packed with a lot of information. You know, about what I'm going to be doing, you know, about me and stuff, which isn't that interesting at all, but it's different. It's at least different. What a disaster. So, where are we now? Chaos of the Abyss or whatever? Is that where we are? I think so. There's a bonfire over there, which I'm walking slowly towards because I'm not sure if something's going to pop out of it. I was really hoping something was. That would have been amazing. But it's just a bonfire. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been Lord Fussington. Kindly rate, comment, and subscribe. I hope some of this video was interesting. I know it's quite lengthy and can be quite boring, so I tried to talk about things that are a little bit different. And hopefully some of you liked it, and I'm sure many of you didn't. And that's fine. Thank you very much for watching. The next part will be part 4. And we'll kill Manus.